Thicker Than Blood, Episode 8, coming at you. Of course, I am Kyle.
I'm Justin.
We got Steve-O in the back. And, yeah, here we are, man. Episode 8. I have to start out almost the same way every time, man. Thank you to everybody that has been liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. We've gotten a lot of comments. Yeah. Especially with the last video. We just dropped episode 7. Mm-hmm. And the response we got right off the bat, man. I mean, it doesn't sound like much. But for some, we just started out a month ago. Yeah. And some of our videos only have, 50 views, 100 views. Episode 7 got 100 views within the first couple hours of it being out. And I was actually really blown away by that. Mm-hmm. We've gotten a lot of feedback on some of the topics. So thank you to everybody that's been contributing, liking, sharing, subscribing, going on, so on and so forth. It's it means the world to us. I mean,
it really does.
And we just have more coming to you. Please continue to let us know what you do like. More importantly, let us know what you don't like. If there's something that you think we're wasting our time on, wasting your time on, if there's a point in the video, like right now, when you decide to stop watching, let us know. Are we dragging shit on too long? Is it stupid? Should we not be talking about movies? Do you want to hear more about fake cocks and things like that? Let us know. Big sausage fucking pizzas. That was a big one. I had a few people fucking contact me, ask me about big sausage pizza.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the shit I want to hear. That makes me happy.
I had a girl text me. It was like, "Did you guys watch the big sausage pizza video?" And I was like, "Yeah, we did." She's like, "Did you get a boner?" What the fuck? No! Oh my god. Yeah. Steve-O's got a boner right now.
Always.
Yeah, all times. All times. So, but it's been a lot of fun. I've definitely had a blast filming the episodes. We're on episode 8 now, not including combat chat and all the other shit we've been putting out. And it's been a lot of fun. I did have somebody ask me.
What?
They were like, let's say you guys are successful with this. Let's say it goes somewhere and it blows up.
Okay.
Do you think you'd be able to handle fame? I don't even want to consider right now because I feel like if you talk about being famous or not, it's like, come on, bro, you got 100 views on your fucking video.
Yeah.
Are you really gonna got 40 fucking subscribers? Are you really gonna be famous? But
46.
It got me actually thinking. Actually, 49, I think.
49.
Anyway,
49 followers.
But it did bring up a good thing that a lot of people always think I want to be famous, I want to be rich. Mm-hmm. But it actually got me thinking, could I do it? And I actually think I fucking could be. I think I'd be able to handle it well. Do you think you'd be able to handle being famous?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
You think you'd be able to go
all right.
Never be able to go into a McDonald's again famous, or just?
Yes, I could. 100%.
Like that for rock famous.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm bald like him. I could get there. I'm not 6'4" and 280, but
I'm pretty sure he's 6 foot 17 inches and 950 pounds and half fucking Brahma.
That guy was probably famous before he was famous, though.
Oh my god.
He looks like he's
Rocky Maivia, man.
Yeah, Rocky Maivia, he comes from a family of wrestlers. But I mean, as far as being famous, man, I can even tell you the story. I mean, I've always wanted to be an actor. Yeah. I've made strides towards that. I've shot independent films. I've done things before. I've done commercials. I've done stuff. Yeah. Everything about it, I love. I love all of it. I love the filming. I love the writing portion. The just everything about it. Being on set is just fun. When I was growing up, obviously, being an overweight kid, you don't always have the best time in school. Okay, mainly because no girl usually wants to touch you. Yeah. This day and age, maybe it's a little bit different. But when you grow up in a ridiculously superficial town, fat dudes don't really get any loving. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you know what? I'm extremely shallow, so I kind of really don't blame girls for not wanting to touch me. It was fucking gross.
Were you shallow back then?
Absolutely.
As a little fat porker with a rat tail?
Fuck yeah.
Really?
Absolutely.
So the shallowness didn't start after you got skinny and fucking jacked and all that shit?
It was reinforced 100% because I said to myself, listen, if I could fucking lose weight, anyone could do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's not even really a shallow thing. I mean, that should be a motivational thing. Dude, if I could lose the fucking weight, anyone can lose the fucking weight. And there is...
If I could lose the hair, anyone could lose the hair.
You were a what?
I think I was a stud as a fat kid.
You're telling me you think you did better?
Oh, I thought you meant stud like a gay guy stud.
Oh, okay.
Is a gay guy stud?
Gay guy's a stud. Oh, no, that's a lesbian.
Yeah, no.
Steve-O was a lesbian.
Steve-O was a lesbian.
No, it was the opposite, though.
Oh,
He actually
okay.
got picked on for being fat?
Yeah, man. Well, he lived in Wall,
I
man.
feel like, maybe that.
Well,
The
it's-
ritzy ass.
I grew up in like a redneck town, so like
That's totally different. That, I feel like you need to. Like, you should. Like, if you're not, like, you're an asshole. Like, you're an asshole. Growing up in Wall, obviously, I was not a huge fan of the way people treated other people in that town.
Okay.
Because it was the most superficial fucking place ever.
Probably not the most, but I'm sure it's up there.
The most that I've lived in.
Okay, yeah.
You know, the difference between that and Tom's River is fucking night and day. Completely different. I mean, in Wall, I think I had one Spanish kid in my grade and one black kid in my grade. That was it.
Wow.
Going through, and that started
Everybody else is just rich
in
white kids.
5th grade.
Rich white kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was 5th grade. And then obviously when I got into middle school, maybe there was like 5 black kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
There was zero fucking diversity.
I don't know if it's racist that you counted them.
What exactly is your problem?
How much time you got, buddy?
It was easy to count because there was only fucking 5 of them. There was no diversity, you know what I mean? And everyone talked behind everyone's back. And then when I moved to Tom's River, everyone was much more accepting. That's what I really enjoyed, especially considering I felt as though there was really no segregation amongst different groups. Obviously, you had the jocks, you had the weirdos, you know, the nerds and everything. There was always a difference. I always fit in between pretty much everything. You know, me personally, it was a better school to be in. It was more fun. Everyone liked to hang out together. I mean, when we won the, football and won the state championship, this girl threw this enormous party at our house, and the whole fucking school was there.
You can rally!
It wasn't separated. Everyone had a good fucking time. Until, one kid got into a fight, and then I think someone got like 4 teeth knocked out for no reason. But that's usually how every party
That's
ended.
pretty much how they went, yeah.
Every time, yeah. That's just how it went. That was Tom's River, yeah. But Wall was just, in my opinion,
No.
no, they would fucking pay someone to do it.
I was going to say. No,
They wear their
exactly.
boat,
Pay someone to do it,
wear their
or-
boat shoes. But listen. I mean, I grew up in Wall, pretty much. I do have a lot of friends that do still live there. But
So
it's
how
just
does
not
this
a good
make you
thing.
feel that you could handle fame?
Well, one of the
'Cause that's
things.
where we-
Yes, that's where
Got
it
totally
stemmed from.
derailed onto
Yeah,
that.
it derailed. But
Justin's dark
when
childhood.
I was growing up, I always dreamed about being famous one day, and then going back to my old town, and then running into a lot of people that I used to know,
Oh, shit.
and then remember them saying like, "Oh shit! Like I went to high school with you. Like, oh my god, you were in that fucking movie. You did this, you did that."
So you
And
want
I'm
like the spiteful fame. You want the
No.
vengeful fame. Like,
no,
I just want
it's
to get famous because I go back and shit on people. Like,
no. I mean, well, obviously, if I did that, I go back there.
Vendetta fame.
Yeah, right. I get back there, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. I fucking was in that movie, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
I bet you fucking don't wish you made fun of me in
Oh
high
my.
school. Dude, I wasn't even fucking fat in high school. I was fat in fucking elementary to middle, and then like freshman year is pretty much when I lost the weight. So it wasn't even like it was in high school.
So if you could,
But I like the
let's
famous
say you
thing,
could
man.
never go to retro fitness again. Like you could never go there again, unless you would get mobbed every time. Like you don't have no problem with that. Like
No,
really,
no.
So you gotta sit there.
I would like
on
it.
your elliptical.
that's what I'm saying. You got to work at your home, work out at home, or like,
No.
Shove their
Well, no,
cameras in
I
your
mean,
face,
listen.
Like, hey, what were you doing earlier?
You don't.
that's what I'm saying.
You
'Cause,
don't
I mean, if
have
you're
to,
working out, man, let's just, dude. I was at the gym.
sounds fucking
Not too long ago. I was at the gym a couple days ago, and I thought someone started recording me doing something, and I had no idea because I was like doing shrugs with dumbbells, and all of a sudden this guy like got up and he went over to like a machine behind where I was with his phone like this, doing this, and I'm like, I stopped and I was staring at him like for like a minute.
No.
I was like looking at him because I'm like, I think this guy is recording me. And I don't know why. I'm like, do people not do shrugs with
Maybe he
dumbbells?
doesn't know how to do shrugs.
See,
I have
that's
no idea.
you know what that stems into something totally different though.
But now
because-
picture being like a
Sounds really
fucking
weird.
famous person, and everybody in the gym is like, oh my god,
but you know what?
You probably have your own gym if you're.
oh my god.
Well, I mean,
Well, the fact that you can't do anything like that,
Yeah,
like
alright,
you
let's
can't
go,
go
like,
to
level.
McDonald's, you can't go to
You
retro, you can't
can.
go.
There's famous that you can, and there's famous that you just can't.
Like The Rock can't go to retro fitness.
No, like Bruce
The Rock-
Springsteen
I mean, listen,
can't go to-
he
well, I guess-
can.
He probably would, that guy actually. But
He can go. It's just, is he ready and willing to deal with going?
he can go and not work out.
Didn't
Yeah.
he crash some
But
wedding
dude-
with Danny DeVito? They were singing some
What?
song, like, 2 weeks
The
ago.
Rock?
Yeah, I think they were like together, and they I'm gonna look.
Why were they together? Please look this up.
They filmed that movie Jumanji together. They were probably doing something.
Danny DeVito? You mean Jack Black?
Jack Black.
No, Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito was not in Jumanji, and if he is,
Bro, Danny DeVito's dead. Like, what the fuck? It's Jack Black. It was Kevin Hart, Jack Black,
there's a
The Rock,
sequel.
and
I know there's a sequel. You're telling me Danny DeVito is in
red-haired,
the fucking
super
sequel?
pale white lady.
Yes, dude. Danny DeVito is in the sequel.
I hope
Hold on
we're
a
wrong
second.
right now because this is gonna make me want to see the second one.
Hold on.
Now I'm kind of.
Yeah, no, fucking Danny DeVito's in the sequel. I swear to God, he's there. He's in the trailer. It's funny as hell. He plays like the grandfather that gets sucked in the game.
Oh my god!
Wow.
All right.
Yo, no,
I'm
it's
happy
gonna
you
be.
just told me that.
It looks funny
We
as
talked
shit.
about Jumanji last week, and I said I didn't want to see the new ones. Now I want to see the fucking new
now
I
ones.
told
might
you
have to
the first one, the new
And you know
one
what?
Wait,
wasn't
Danny
bad.
Glover's in it too. You know that, right?
Oh, now we're definitely watching.
Yeah, I gotta
oh,
watch.
definitely
DeVito
watching.
and Danny Glover become.
This is on the second one that just came out that they're doing all the press for right now.
We're gonna have to watch the trailer
Fuck!
when we're
You gotta
done.
watch the first
Totally
one.
trashed that
But at
movie on the
least
last episode.
we're talking about Jumanji.
Talking about movies.
We're talking about movies. We can go into movie of the week.
Fuck yes, man.
My movie of the week last week was the original Jumanji with Robin Williams.
I've been kind of excited about this segment. Yeah, I picked Bill and Ted, Bogus Journey.
We basically agreed to disagree of what was the movie of the week. I picked mine, he picked his, and then we kind of stuck with our guns on that. This week, we went with 80s comedy.
Yes.
I have mine, you have yours.
Yep.
Celebrating or trashing?
Celebrating.
So, you know what? I tried to find one to trash. I tried to find
That's
a movie to
broad
trash.
genre, decade
80s
trash.
comedy, there's a lot of good shit. Dude, we're talking
Yeah.
like
If you hate one,
Caddyshack.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, there's so many good ones. That's
Caddyshack.
not my pick. But
Groundhog's Day.
Caddyshack is like considered one of the best of the 80s. Like,
It's a great flick.
you go first.
Me?
Yeah, you go
Okay,
first.
my pick, one of my favorite movies in general,
Mm-hmm.
fucking Beetlejuice.
No, Beetlegeist.
Beetlegeist.
Beetlegeist. Fucking great movie, dude.
Beetlejuice won because obviously they are making a second one. They did get the go ahead. Warner Brothers
I keep
apparently
seeing them
says
cancel it, put it back on. Cancel it, put it back on.
Keaton
Winona
says-
Ryder steals some pants, that's canceled. Like, what is going on here?
Keaton said he's on board. Danny Elfman.
Oh, yeah,
who-
Keaton from the gate has been like, I'm game.
Yeah.
Like, let's do it.
The reason why I'm picking that movie is, besides the millions of one-liners, my favorite scene in the movie is when Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis are trapped in the model. That whole interaction between him and Baldwin and Gina Davis is my favorite part of the whole movie. Because,
absolutely. Well, they ask him what his qualifications
well, yes,
were.
what his qualifications are. Well, I attended Juilliard, and I graduated with this. And he does like this whole thing, and then obviously spazzes out into the whole,
Yes.
going
Yep.
crazy.
Can you be scary? I know you're asking me. Can I be scary?
The other good thing that I love is how he's constantly trying to like kiss and hug Gina Davis, like right in front of Alec Baldwin, who's her husband. The one-liners that he drops, I mean, the fucking part where he's wearing the striped fucking suit, and he says it's showtime.
Yeah. Dude, I don't think there is another character you could compare to Beetlejuice.
No.
Like, it is so unique and just so out there and beautifully done by Michael Keaton.
Incredible.
That the fact that growing up, I had no idea that was Michael Keaton.
Really?
When you find out that is Michael Keaton, I was like, holy, well, same thing with Alec Baldwin. Dude,
Yeah.
look at that movie. I still watch that movie
So
to this
fucking
day, and I'm like,
skinny
there's
as
no
shit.
way that's Alec Baldwin. There's no fucking way. Like, that's Alec Baldwin?
He was so thin, man.
Unreal. Like, looks like a different person.
Completely different.
But fantastic pick. I love that movie.
Yeah,
I
it's-
really hope they make a second one.
I fucking
As long
pray.
as Tim Burton directs it,
And Keaton.
Keaton's in it,
Yeah.
Winona Ryder's in it. Mm-hmm. That's what we want to see. Great pick.
Yeah.
Love it.
Like, one more funny scene that is my favorite. At the very end, when he's in the waiting room.
Oh, fucking of course.
Oh
dude.
my dude.
I still, every time I go to a deli in a supermarket and I
And
grab the number,
you think of
I think of that fucking scene every single
Because,
time. And I
dude-
start looking at everybody else's
Yeah.
number and I'm like,
taking the grannies, taking his.
yeah, I'm like,
I just because remember what he does to the fucking it's like a voodoo guy who's next to him.
was a woman that's been cut in half, like
when she's like
rubbing her leg
rubbing
on
the
one
leg and she
thing.
fucking hits him
Hits
with
him.
the book. I love how he's like looks and sees like number 4.
Yeah.
He like opens his number,
It's
it's
like
like
6
7
million.
billion. He's
Yeah.
like he looks up, he's like now serving number 3. He's like
Pardon me. Did you do that? Very nice work.
oh, was that Elvis?
Oh, that's right.
Yo,
the voodoo.
King!
It
He
was
just
the voodoo guy. It wasn't the shrunken head guy.
No,
It was the
yeah.
voodoo guy.
he fucking says he
was
just
like-
like does that. He grabs his
Oh, he shrinks his head. That's
the voodoo guy shakes his head, but I love how he's just like, well, I guess I'm next. I got an appointment after this that I have to make it to. Yeah. What's wrong? I think I could pull this look off.
Yeah. Awesome movie.
Absolutely incredible. What is your pick?
I don't know. Beetlejuice is a good one. I don't want to say mine now.
Give me your fucking pick.
All right. I chose what I thought was a very... At this time, this genre was going crazy just because of the one actor in it. Leslie Nielsen in Naked Gun.
Oh, classic.
Naked Gun,
Fucking
I believe the very
classic.
first one, 1988. I believe it was called Naked Gun and the Files from the Police Squad. I think they pioneered so much comedy in that movie to where it inspired things like Austin Powers and all the other movies that we look at today. Scary movies, yes. All these parody style movies. And Leslie Nielsen just was the king of that shit for as long as he lived. You know, I started watching the movie and just seeing all these scenes. Like the one scene, I'm pretty sure they were in like a courtroom and he was speaking with the microphone on and he got up to leave.
Of the Queen's American Goodwill Tour is completed, and we can all take pride that the Queen has chosen our city visit.
And that's what made me think of like Austin Powers. And then he's like, you hear he's like pissing nonstop, and then all of a sudden like you hear him like splashing onto the toilet. It's like, oh my god, whoa! That scene, the scene where he's singing the national anthem at the ballpark, that was funny as hell. The scene where he's in the car with the student driver.
Oh man,
the movie is just nonstop. Like I was dying laughing the whole fucking time.
was this the one where the girl is on the ladder and he's just like, nice beaver. And she's like, oh, thanks. And she, like, hands him down a stuffed beaver. Fucked up. But is that the one? Or is
that might be. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. Because I couldn't watch the whole fucking thing because I couldn't find a stream of it. It's not on Netflix. It wasn't on any of the other movie things. I had to find, like, a bootleg stream.
Yeah.
And I could only watch certain parts of it. It wasn't working that well. I, unfortunately, wasn't able to recap the whole fucking movie. But when I saw it and I started watching all the clips, and I was rolling, like, dying laughing. And it made me realize how much comedy that movie inspired and how great of an actor Leslie Nielsen was in the comedy genre.
Absolutely.
That is definitely my pick for a movie of the week, 80s comedy.
OJ in that?
So a lot of people don't even like to talk about those movies because of OJ. Those were the ones that we sort of really started blowing up because I believe he was in the second one. Excuse me, I believe he was in the second one.
First and the second one, right?
I believe OJ was in the second one, and then he couldn't be in the third one because he allegedly murdered a couple people. Which I don't think he
Bravo
did.
next to me.
I think he's innocent.
Just look into it. You gotta look into it. Is that
I
what he
think,
says?
I never gave enough time to really make it.
Wait a second. You guys don't think OJ's innocent?
I don't know.
No, because we're normal.
I fucking care.
Well, most people give me a ridiculous look when I say that OJ's innocent, but
Like this one?
that.
I mean, I feel like the majority of people I've talked to about it
He got off?
think he's
Guilty.
guilty.
Everyone thinks he's guilty. Everyone thinks he's guilty.
Do you guys remember Pogs?
Yeah.
I remember having a slammer that had guilty, not guilty.
Oh
and
my
OJ.
God.
they're gonna say
Christ.
Wait, it had a picture of OJ on it?
All right.
Slam, you know,
Listen.
the heavy one that you hit the Pogs.
I'm about to convince you guys right now, and the
They
rest
fucking went, even kids
of
had
our
that.
42 followers. So, there's the thing. Listen. Okay, so LA spent about $14 million trying O.J. Simpson in that trial. Obviously, he got acquitted.
How the hell did they spend that?
It's an insane amount of money.
Fucking up the prosecution.
Okay. So there is a detective out there that has done an immense amount of research into this, and he's come up with his own conclusion of what he thinks really happened, and they refused to reopen the case because of how much money they spent and how much egg they had on their face after it all blew up. So a lot of the information I do know comes directly from that guy. I also read O.J. Simpson's book, which is called If I Did It, This Is How It Happened, or some shit like that. The Goldmans sued him for the rights to that book, so it's actually the Ron Goldman's family sued him in a civil suit.
It's the other guy that got killed.
And won. Right. Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman were the two murdered that day. Gotcha. And so the Goldman family sued OJ for the rights to that book, or they sued him in a civil suit and won like an exorbitant amount of money. So almost any income that he now makes goes right to them. He came out with the book. They sued him for the book. They won the suit for the book, and then released the book. But instead of saying "if I did it," it says "if" is like the word "if" is like this big, and then it says like "I did it" in huge letters. So I read the book.
That is crazy.
Because it's the first time OJ actually gave a story as to what happened from his perspective. So it started at a recital. So there was a recital for his daughter, and they were all at, I believe, a school. and there was somebody there, a video recording his kids as well.
Yeah.
Happened to look over a couple seats away. I was like, holy shit, there's O.J. Simpson. So now we have video footage of O.J. Simpson earlier in that day. The guy starts recording him. No, everybody's there. Nicole's there. They're all there, happy-go-lucky. He's bouncing his daughter on his knee. Everything looks great. And then they were supposed to go to dinner after that. They were supposed to go to dinner to a restaurant where O.J.'s oldest son, I believe his name is Jason, was one of the chefs. And he had prepared like this big thing, told everybody he was working with, and blah, blah, blah. At the last minute, Nicole decided, well, we don't want to go there. We're going to go somewhere else. We're going to go to a different restaurant. That restaurant is where Ron Goldman was a waiter. So they go to a restaurant, and now let's pick up where OJ's book comes into play. So OJ's describing the story. OJ, they split ways after the recital. They go to the dinner. Then they go to dinner. Then they split ways. OJ goes back to his house, and he says that when he gets there, somebody's waiting for him. And he says it's a friend. And I don't remember the name exactly, but for the sake of the discussion, we'll call him Charlie. I'm pretty sure his name is Charlie in the book.
Okay.
This is somebody, come to find out, doesn't exist. Whoever he's talking about in the book isn't a real person. The name that he gives isn't real. No one knows who he's really talking about, but he says somebody else is there. Somebody else is there when he gets to his house, tells him that something is going on with Nicole. They get in the Bronco, drive over to Nicole's house. They get to Nicole's house, and she comes outside and starts talking to them, and Ron Goldman shows up. And now OJ's kind of like in the middle. Ron Goldman shows up to the gate. She's at the door. He's standing in the middle. Ron Goldman apparently was returning a pair of glasses that were left at the restaurant that they went to, that he was the waiter at.
Yeah.
So he was just returning glasses. Apparently OJ and Nicole started arguing about something. And OJ said something along the lines of like, shut the fuck up. Something like that. And Ron Goldman was like, hey, you don't talk to a lady like that. Don't talk to her that way. And when OJ says he went into like a karate stance.
OJ went into a karate stance?
No. OJ says Ron Goldman
Okay.
went into like a karate stance. Like, don't talk to her that way. That's not how you address a lady, sir. Some shit like that, right?
Okay.
OJ Simpson, all pro running back.
Oh, God.
30 million yards ran. Not a small fucking guy, dude. You know what I'm saying? We all know that if the glove does not fit, you must quit. This guy had fucking hands like bear claws. Okay? So OJ says that he goes into this karate stance and is just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Bro, you gotta be kidding me, right? Now in the book, OJ says that this is where he blacks out. He blacks out and comes to. And OJ says he blacks out, doesn't really know what happened.
And you think he didn't?
Doesn't really know what happened. And he comes to and he said he's wet. Like he's wet.
Okay.
Then he starts realizing it's blood. Then he starts panicking because he's like, oh my God, am I caught? Am I injured? Am I hurt? He looks over and he sees Nicole laying in a puddle of blood. Sees this other guy laying in a puddle of blood. And he looks up at the guy that he's with, Charlie. And Charlie's like shocked. Like got this look on his face like, oh my God, what just happened? He gets up. They fucking run away. And then I'm pretty sure I may be missing a part that Charlie all of a sudden like had a knife in his hand when everything started going down. Like that's where the knife came from. Yeah, so I'd have to reread the book. So anyway, they bounce.
Dude, it sounds like he's just admitting to murder in the book.
So they bounce. He goes back to his place. That guy takes off. He starts packing his luggage because he said he had to go do something for the NFL because he was a broadcaster for the NFL at this time.
Okay, yeah.
Gets on a plane, starts flying to where he has to go to work for the NFL, gets a call by like the FBI or whoever it is, like, oh, you need to come back real quick. Something's happened. Goes back and then he finds out, and then the whole car chase. He goes back to the Kardashians' house. Then everything starts unfolding, and then the car chase happens. The infamous Bronco chase, right?
Yeah.
So now let's go to the trial. They had his footprints there in blood.
Yeah.
Of like a size 14 Italian shoe. Clearly OJ.
Yeah.
OJ was definitely there. They had a hat with a bunch of hair in it that they did DNA testing on it that was a 98% match to OJ. They had the glove, obviously, which is the main piece that got him off. The glove, if it does not fit, you must acquit. To me, the glove didn't look like it fit his hand. It looked like a small glove. I don't know why OJ would be wearing a glove that fucking tight. Especially when the guy, what was he was isotoners. You know what I'm saying? The guy had gloves out his
He
ass.
must
You know what I'm
have
saying?
isotonic somewhere.
Exactly. You know what I'm
He
saying?
probably had a glove that did fit he could have used.
Now,
Okay.
his son, go back right now and Google images of OJ in court. More importantly, OJ's family in court. You'll see his family sitting front row. More importantly, you'll see his son sitting front row with a completely shaved head. Why? Why would he have a completely shaved head?
Because he's going bald like me, and he
Oh,
doesn't
really?
want people to know.
He didn't have a shaved head a couple days ago.
Well, maybe
But maybe he was wearing a hat a couple days ago that happened to have some hair in it that was left at a crime scene. 98% match wasn't 100% match to OJ.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have a 98% match DNA-wise to you? Maybe one of your children.
So this kid killed his mom?
The kid, the son, apparently, one, if you, again, look it up, he has domestic violence charges against him.
Mm-hmm.
He has psychological issues that he's on medication for. And apparently when that day happened, he was the chef at that restaurant. Apparently he lost his fucking mind.
Maybe OJ is saying his son is Charlie because he doesn't want his son going to jail.
And that's my whole thing. I think that
He's
OJ was
protecting his
there.
kid.
I think OJ was there. I think OJ got to his house.
Yeah.
I think his
Blackout
son was
bar
there
is just-
freaking out
I
like,
can't tell
why'd
what
you do this?
happened.
Why'd you do this? You know, oh my God, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah, yeah.
They went to Nicole's house.
Uh-huh.
They started getting into
You
an
said
argument
the
about
kid
it.
The kid was prepping dinner for all of them. And
Right.
She didn't go.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
And she went to Goldman's restaurant.
Restaurant. Right.
Okay.
By the time OJ got to his house, his son was there waiting for him.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did you guys do this to me? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They went to Nicole's house, maybe for a confrontation or to try to make sense of it all or to explain them and this and that. Ron Goldman shows up just to return a pair of glasses.
Mm-hmm.
His son fucking snaps, starts stabbing people and this and that. Now, as a father, why would you protect a monster like that? But if everybody is pointing it at you and you know, I really didn't do this. I was there, but there's no way for them to prove it because I know I didn't do it. Let them try me. Let's go to trial. Let's do it.
It's a ballsy move. But
Another fun fact.
I get it.
OJ not only retained a lawyer for himself as soon as everything happened, he also retained a lawyer for his son. Immediately. LA County never for 1 second looked into an additional suspect. They immediately accused and charged OJ with it. Never, ever
Even
looked into...
after he mentioned Charlie?
This is long after the case that
Yeah.
he did. OJ never said anything.
Oh,
Yeah, about the imaginary person.
Yeah, OJ never said anything until he made this book.
weird.
I believe his son is the imaginary person.
I mean, it sounds a little...
Dude, this detective that has uncovered a lot of this shit has gone so far as to obtaining a storage unit that his son stopped paying for, got the storage unit, and apparently found knives and photos of this kid wearing a hat very similar to what they found at the fucking crime scene, photos of a knife that they believe is the very similar to what was used in the attacks. I don't know, man.
They
I
had the knife.
I don't know if they found the knife or not. I don't know. But they have photos of him with a similar knife. And again, he has domestic violence charges against him. It's specifically citing knife violence. Threatening people with a knife. I mean,
Oh, that's fucking weird.
yes. I firmly believe his son did it. And I think OJ is fucking innocent. I don't know. Now, how innocent can you be when I still think he was there? I think he witnessed it.
Yeah, he's still
And I
alive.
think he protected his son, which, how is that okay? Like, you're still an accessory to all that. Right.
Accessory to murder, for sure.
And if your son is that much of a monster to where you're slaughtering people, like he almost decapitated Nicole Kidman. Oh, Nicole Kidman. Nicole Simpson. Nicole Simpson. He almost decapitated her. Go even further into psychology of it. Like, his son has mental issues. Now, who's to say that OJ doesn't feel like he's responsible for some of that because of the upbringing that he has?
Possible.
So who's him to say, like, oh, I created this monster. Now what am I going to do? Have him thrown away in jail forever or executed or whatever the fuck it is?
It's a weird way of loving, I guess. You know?
Nothing like it. But that's my take on the OJ Simpson thing. I truly believe he did not personally murder Nicole and Ron Goldman. I think he was there for it. I think he witnessed it. I truly believe his son did it.
Okay.
I truly believe his son did
There
it.
was a TV show, too, right?
There was, but Cuba Gooding Jr.,
it was
right? I didn't
incredible.
watch it.
It was incredible.
I refuse to watch it because I have it all figured out, obviously. But someone told me that they mentioned something like that in the show. Did you watch it?
I watched it. I don't remember that shit.
Okay.
Who said
Look
it?
into
Watch
it.
any other
Listen,
shows?
All I gotta say is look into it. Look into it and come to your own conclusion. I looked into it for a long time. Like I said, I read the fucking book because I was just like, it didn't make sense to me. When something doesn't make sense, I have to know more. So it's just a matter of trying to figure it out on my own without the public's consensus. Because people who don't even know any facts, like, he fucking did it. That goddamn black guy killed that white lady. You know,
like they did Pogs, like I was saying.
Yeah, so...
Makes a freaking Pog for a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my take on O.J. Simpson.
Did you watch The Mandalorian?
No, I didn't catch up.
I'm almost caught up. I'm on there are 5 episodes out already, dude.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get cracking.
Listen, I'm gonna wait for you to catch up because I don't want to start giving my opinion on it.
Yeah, no, don't do that yet. I mean, besides... Yeah, no, nothing. I mean, I'm still watching Rescue Me. I've been killing it with Shark Tank, trying to catch up on that. I love that fucking show.
Shark Tank?
Oh my god, yeah. Dude, like, if I don't get to meet Kevin O'Leary at some point in my life, I'm gonna be very upset. Because that dude is...
Mr. Perfect or some shit?
Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect.
Wonderful.
Dude, he's fucking incredible. Like, the shit that this guy says to people is just astounding. But it's just...
What you do when you got billions?
He's actually, I think,
billions.
400 million is his net worth.
That's billions to me.
Yeah, right.
It's gazillions.
That's gazillions. But yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, the shit that O'Leary says, like, fuck it. He had this one thing where this lady comes in with this, with her business, and they were, she was calling them smuffins or something. Schmuffins. That was her business. Okay. And it was a s'more muffin. And so then she obviously, they always talk about the evaluation of the company. And then he says, they're asking, like, oh, how much does it cost? This, that, and the other thing. He's like, well, we just rolled out the, the nationwide shipping and this, that, and the other thing. And it cost $55 to ship them. And he's like, $60 to ship these things? Are you insane? And he's like, so wait a minute, that means there's only 6 in a box. You're telling me that it's almost $10 a schmutt, like a smush. He keeps getting the name wrong. Yeah. And she's like, well, people love them. He's like, that makes no sense. It's either ship this across the country to me or send my kids to college. He said that fucking schmizzle. Mark Cuban and Damon John were laughing so hard they couldn't even speak.
It's gonna be stale.
Right? Like, Jesus. But then, like, she was like, either way, he just kept fucking making fun of her.
I've seen
it is good.
I love it. I mean,
don't know how much of it is scripted. Because here's the other thing. The people that get on that show that they don't select get an immense amount of publicity.
Oh, yeah.
So they get a cut of that anyway? Well, they're bringing people on that show and giving them exposure, which is going to lead to them getting sales and things like that. So they say, like, hey, any sales you generate beyond this show airing.
No?
Nah, that ain't going to happen.
No.
Technically, they might even get a paycheck for appearing.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So, but
that's a hard negotiation. I don't know.
My the one guy who I follow everything he does, Stan Efferding, the White Rhino who created Vertical Dive. We've talked about him before. Yep. He actually went on there and got a deal with Damon John for his invention, the Cooler, which is like a supplement thing. Like it holds a gallon of ice water, and then like it hold like shaker cups in it to keep it cold and whatever. But he did obviously a bunch of videos talking about his experience with Shark Tank. About how everything, obviously going into it beforehand, he goes, the audition process to even get on the show is so insane.
Really?
Oh my god, you have to pitch to like
the whole
10
process
different fucking people beforehand.
Even outside of Shark Tank, the whole process of inventing something and getting it patented and all that just seems like such a fucking nightmare, man.
I am actually in the middle of it right now.
Are you?
What are you dude?
Don't say no. Don't blow your spot up if it's not fucking done.
It's patent pending.
Oh, patent pending? Oh, yeah. Don't say anything.
Don't say it yet.
Don't say it.
It's a rough one.
But
maybe we'll release it on a couple episodes.
Yeah, we should. Well, yeah, we'll be your first.
Get your fucking shit together, pal.
Let's talk about some fucking porn, bro.
Yeah. What's the porn?
Hit me.
What's the sexual subject of the week?
Well, sexual subject of the week.
It can't be porn of the week every time. There's like devices like that launch.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So,
well,
the launch by Kiru.
Sexual.
Please, guys, hit us up with a launch.
Yes, please.
Did you?
We've been in contact with them. Hopefully they hook us up, man.
That would be
they actually, I spoke to them through DMs and shit.
We out how to do a demo. I mean, as long as you're cool with cucumbers instead of actual man parts.
Listen, I didn't talk about this. I want to actually use the fucking thing, but I think it'll be thrown off YouTube. If
So hit me. Do you have anything in regards to the sex industry?
Sexual subject of the week?
Sexual subject of the week. Well, we can chat about this because this is also partial entertainment too. Bella Thorne. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay, I think the whole world does.
I'm trying to get her attention on Instagram for the past like 3 weeks. But go ahead.
Okay.
What do we got?
Good luck with that one.
Apparently, she just made her directorial debut of a fucking porno.
Yeah. Directorial?
Yes. Directorial? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I didn't have to correct you on that one.
But anyway, either way.
I thought you said direct oral.
I hope we get a
direct oral.
I want a
I
fucking
thought that was the joke. Am I wrong?
Direct oral.
direct
No.
oral. I want
No.
a montage of all the fucked up words Justin says.
She's
Episode
not.
10.
She is not in the movie, which is a shame. But it's like a porno, but like I guess you try to make it a real movie. It's fucking garbage. I watched it. It's complete fucking garbage. I was.
We'll call her up and tell her.
Please do, and tell her that she should not be directing anything from me. Like just fucking.
I didn't say it, Bella. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you, Bella. I'm not.
Yeah, don't listen to him.
This has nothing to do with your character. I'm just saying the fucking movie was terrible, and you shouldn't be directing.
What does this have to do with porn? Because it was like
It is a porn. No, it is a fucking
It's a
porn.
Anyone direct porn?
It's a
quality.
it's a
That's what I'm
porn.
saying.
Can
Hey,
you?
we're talking to the kid. It's all about the quality.
Yeah, well, it wasn't fucking good, and it had a Bella Danger in it,
Do you
who
remember-
looks an awful lot like Bella Thorne.
Do you remember the name of this porn? Or what was it?
What is it? Can you look that up, Steve-O? It'll come up. Don't worry. But yeah, there was that, and dude, I watched it. And I was like, oh, I'm not very impressed. And honestly, reading through the comments, everyone was saying the same thing. Like, motherfucker, I was waiting for Bella Thorne to show up and actually fuck somebody,
Yeah.
which was pretty hilarious.
It's called Her and Him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I mean, it just
Well, that's my fucking movie of the week next week.
wasn't good, man. It just was not. So, but as far as like good porn.
Is it for real porn or is it just like?
No, it's real. Yeah, they show everything. Yeah,
see the old-
but it's just not good. It's not even that close up though. It's like from far away. I'm like,
cinematic or what is it? Is it
not
more
even,
movie than
not
it
even
is porn?
cinematic. It just sucked. Like I don't even know how to describe it. You're gonna have to watch it. Trust me. But as far as good porn goes, I saw one which was absolutely fucking hysterical.
Sausage pizza.
No, it wasn't Big Sausage Pizza, but it was something that was very, very entertaining. It was on Brazzers.com, and they have all their like little subsections of movies. They got like porn stars like it big, or MILFs like it big.
Categories.
All the categories. And I think this one was like MILFs like it big, which was hilarious.
Awesome. That's like my go-to.
I think her name was Tyler Faith. Was the MILF of the video, and it's hilarious. Just the way this shit starts out, I'm just like, why can't life just actually be like this? She's in her backyard, just like laying out fucking topless with her incredible rack.
Like most MILFs.
Yeah, like most MILFs do, you know. And the best part is like the guy comes in, Scott Nails. He comes in and he's I guess the pool cleaner, but like it's funny. Like once he's like, oh shit, like just terrible acting. Like just sees her laying there naked, and
Like
she's like
fucking our boy Johnny.
like, no,
Johnny Sins mopping a plant. Like
oh god,
fucking just gonna mop this plant over here. So yeah, anyway,
no, he comes in and obviously she's like, no, it's okay, come on, you know. He's like, oh, all right, and obviously like literally like a minute in, she's like, Scott, can you do me a favor and rub this lotion on me? He's like, I don't know if I should do this. She's like, oh, don't be such a baby, come on. So obviously he's like starts like rubbing on it. It's like, yeah, no, it's I think I need a little bit like right here. And he's like, I don't know if I should be doing this.
oh
She's
my
like,
god,
stop being such a fucking pussy. I'm like, Jesus, that's pretty aggressive. So she pushes him in the pool after that. And obviously he gets out. He's like, oh no, my clothes were all wet. And she's like, well, you're going to have to dry them off. Let's just take them off. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What percentage of porn start with lotion and changing clothes?
99.
90,
Probably right.
Jesus
97%.
Christ! But this is like every fucking
it's
dude's fantasy.
Every dude's fantasy. It's fantastic.
Seeing like their friend's mom bathing in the
Yeah.
backyard, like,
I'm not, like,
hey,
that's
can you
not
rub
my
this
thing.
lotion on my tits? You know what? Don't even use the lotion. Like, all right,
Yeah, all right. Pulls his fucking cock out. Starts
use your
blowing
balls to do it too.
He should have just been like, you know what they should do in the next porn? The sequel? Just be like, you know what? We know where this is going.
Exactly right.
I've actually seen something like that with Brianna Banks a while ago, where like it was fucking gross too, because both the dudes were like really old. And she wasn't. She was not old at the time, and she's like sitting in between them on the couch, and she goes, "Who are we kidding? This is porn." And I don't know. Like music starts, and she starts like sucking the old guy up. I'm like, ew.
I mean, at least it's honest. It's like, you know, we all suck at acting, so it's like...
That is proper porn etiquette.
Do you remember Brianna Banks though?
Yeah.
My favorite.
That's your favorite?
Well, from back in the day. Now I'm like,
Regular actors.
no.
No. Mind you, most of their names like play on actresses' names.
Yeah,
so.
a lot of them do. But Brianna Banks back in the day, one of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
Actually, during like the Kazaa days, like or LimeWire and shit, like we were like downloading it, I would say Brianna Banks is probably the number one download for me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I wonder who mine was.
Fucking Heather.
That's what I was, the
Heather,
first one that popped in my head.
Yeah,
Was,
that's
her.
definitely. But actually, do you remember when we were younger, where she's like laying on the bed, and some dude, Evan Stone, who I met in person by the way too.
Oh yeah, you
the
met
dude,
that guy? Yeah, I know who he
fucking
is.
hilarious. He actually offered to have sex with me.
This is a really big guy, right? The
Yeah,
Jack guy?
yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a million of them.
Well, he wanted to have like a fucking foursome with him and his girl, who's Katie Morgan.
Yes.
Katie Morgan was in Zack and Miri Make a Porn with.
Dude, it's like every chick you mentioned that I actually look up is like
Brianna Banks?
Barbie doll. Like they literally look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm not into that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, always has been. Yeah. The video that I remember like with fucking with Evan Stone, he walks up with like just like a fucking like some kind of like tool belt on, but like a headphone. He's like, "You ready? We got a big shoot tomorrow." He's already naked. God, that fucking Francois. He's like, Francois knows a lot of things. I'm like, what is this guy talking about? He like lays on the bed with her, and she's like, I wish I had your faith. And he's like, my faith is all mine, but the rest of me is yours. And then the fucking porno starts. It makes no sense.
I just can't believe that you've remembered this much dialogue to a fucking porno.
It is the funniest shit I've ever seen.
I feel like your skills could be honed in other places.
No,
The
man.
movie was only like 6 minutes long.
You literally reiterated the entire scene of Big Sausage Pizzas for us last week. So
I just watched it.
now you just went word for word.
I just watched it.
On a fucking porn from 15 years ago.
I remember lines.
It's actually really impressive.
I remember
More you
lines.
know about your fucking stepbrother. This is
Yeah.
incredible.
But no, I just remember that was like hilarious because that was the first video I ever seen of like legitimate, like I guess it would be face fucking, with, like the head off the bed. You know what I mean? Like she like laid, yeah. The camera angle that they need to do away with in all porn is the under the man's ball sack. What the fuck? So like literally all you see is just sack like smacking her fucking head.
Her eyes, right in her eyes.
That's it. Yeah, you know, and then her like making fucked up noises and shit.
What a move, though.
The bed breaks in the video, and I remember obviously like I watched this fucking forever ago. I thought that was the funniest fucking thing ever because they're laughing because it was not supposed to happen.
Jesus Christ.
But I did meet Evan Stone in person. He actually offered to have sex with me. It was very,
cool.
very funny. Yeah, I met him at Exotica.
Nice.
And he was cool. I'm like,
we're going to that shit next year.
Oh, it's gonna be
we're
so
totally
fun.
going to that.
So much fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%.
They let you in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if with film. Yeah.
Oh yeah, people do. They do that all the time, dude. There's everyone there. That would definitely be.
We're definitely doing that.
My sexual subject of the week.
Very cool.
Were those? Do you have one or no?
Dude, I'm spent from what the fuck you just said.
No more beautiful tripping.
Beautiful tripping. No, I'm still on beautiful tripping.
I mentioned that to a few
That's
people.
bookmarked.
They looked at me like I had 12 heads, and I was like, "It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing."
Look into it. You got to look into it.
Is there any other weird words, like new words?
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Lately?
There's too many of them.
Oh, look it up for next
Those should
week.
be things that come up. I think we should. Anybody out there listening?
Yes, anyone out there, if you have any weird
new word that's like something
involved in the porno
fucking
stuff,
throw it out there.
Hit us.
Let us know. We are gonna move on to what is the etiquette?
Ah, my favorite segment.
Yes,
my favorite segment. Yeah.
And this week, what's the etiquette? I came up with, and it is an interesting subject, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to comment on, and it is when you go out on a first date with someone. I'm talking right now in 2019, going on 2020.
Right in my wheelhouse kick.
Yeah, right.
It's right in my wheelhouse.
Who is the one who pays?
Oh.
Who pays?
All right, so like first date, like I said, this is like going on a first date, not going out with your girlfriend.
This is a first date with a new girl that you met on a dating app. Let's go with that.
I've actually been dealing with this lately.
Okay, so what is the etiquette?
All right.
What's happened so far?
So for me, my personal experience is that if I go out with somebody and we have a good time and we're enjoying it, even if I don't think something's gonna happen, but I just have a generally good time with somebody and we have great conversation and it's a good night, I'll most likely end up paying the whole bill myself because I just like. To me, that's like, you know what? Like I enjoyed the night. This is exactly what I was looking for. Yeah. Even if we don't do anything like Thanks for coming out. Yeah, like, you know, I'll pay, like go to the bathroom or something, I'll just pay the whole fucking bill. If it doesn't go that way... Well, first of all, if I think something is going to happen afterwards...
You're paying.
Totally paying that fucking bill.
Yeah.
Totally paying that fucking bill. Which sounds like prostitution.
I was just gonna
That's
say,
what I'm saying.
dude, do you feel as though, like, if girls watch this... and then go out with you, and you pay the whole bill, they're like, this motherfucker's expecting some pussy tonight.
And now, if I know you watch the podcast, and I pay the bill, I'm going to be like, you know.
You know.
He covered his bases, though. It could have just been a nice night.
No, for real, though. I have paid the whole thing. Like, I don't expect anything to happen. I just had a great time. But, if it doesn't go that way, and I've had a couple dates where you just don't click with somebody. It's just not there. Nice person. For some reason, just for me, is like when you're out to dinner with somebody and you get like those moments where it's just like, all right,
awkward silence.
So it's like,
Are you fucking retarded? The hell's the matter with you?
Do you want me to be fucking retarded?
you know, shit like that's like, oh man, this sucks. You know, like, and that just happens. You guys just don't vibe. I had one date in particular that's in my head right now, where that was happening, and there was a lot of quiet time and this and that, and I could just tell we weren't hitting it off. And then the bill came, and she had ordered something else right before we got the bill.
Yeah,
and it was like an ice cream maybe or something like that. And then the bill came, and she is like, the bill comes onto the table, and she's just like, and I'm looking at the bill. I'm like looking at her. I'm looking at the bill. I'm looking around. I'm like. It was like an $80 fucking bill. I'm like, So I let a couple minutes go by to see if she was going to offer even to contribute. Would have been nice. No.
So what'd you do?
I was like, so you got cash or your debit card?
Yes! 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 Yes!
I'm like, so you got your card on you? Or you got cash? And she's like, oh yeah, no, I got my card. I'm like, good, me too.
Wait a second. I got a great question.
That's called going Dutch, isn't it? That's like what you call going Dutch.
That's the term? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's called going Dutch when you split the fucking bill right down the middle. Regardless of how the night goes. It's just like, hey, we're not going to make one person pay for the other no matter what. We're on a date. Let's both pay for the date. We went Dutch. So if it doesn't go great,
go Dutch.
Well, we're going Dutch.
Okay.
We're Dutching it up. And if you're on a date with me and we're going Dutch, that's letting you know I'm not having that great. We're parting ways and probably not talking much after that.
Are these primarily internet-based dates?
Most of them, yeah.
All right, now here's a good question. Yeah. Are you going to act the same way and go Dutch if it's a friend of a friend that you're going out with?
Yeah.
And it's like numb?
For sure.
You're not even worried about
if I am interested in having a good time, I have no problem paying for it. And I'm like that with anything.
Yeah,
if I ever go out somewhere and I'm having a great time, I don't mind paying for the whole shit. Like, I don't mind doing that. If I go out somewhere and it's just like stale and I know it's not going, we're not even gonna like be friends after this. It's just like we kind of both just wasted our time a little bit, especially if we were talking a little bit before. Like, it's like, come on, like we both need to contribute here. Like, Now, on the contrary, it's really fucking awesome when you go out on a date and you're having a great time. I had this happen as well. Really weird fucking story. Yeah. I was out on a date with this girl. Hit it off. We're having a great time. She seemed to be really fucking into me. She went to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom. I think she came out before me. Something like that. I just remember coming out from the bathroom and I saw a receipt with dollars on top of it. And I was like, what the fuck is that? I grabbed it and I'm like, it was change. I'm like, and it was like $100 bill. We were there for a few hours. And I'm like, did you just fucking pay? She's like, yeah, I paid the bill. Don't worry about it. I'm like, no. I pulled out my wallet. She's like, no. She actually said to me, like, listen, I'm having a great time. Like, I'm really enjoying myself. I want to pay this bill right now.
So it obviously went somewhere, I guess.
Here's where the fucking story gets a little weird, right?
Oh, man.
So, having a great time. She pays the bill. We're at this restaurant that's right on the water. And we're at the bar up high. And then down by the water, there's all kinds of seats. And there's actually like a fire pit down there.
Yeah.
The sun had just went down. And she's like, hey, let's go sit by the fire pit. I just paid the bill. We had still a bunch of food out. Wings and all kinds of shit. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to get the food to go. I'll get it boxed up. She's like, all right, I'm going to go grab some seats down by the fire pit.
Okay.
Unfortunately, again, working at Harley Davidson, some people had come in right before all this transpired that I knew from the Harley dealership, customers that were sitting there. And then when I started asking for the food, I'm waiting for the takeout trays or whatever, they started asking me questions, like catching up kind of shit. Hey, you know, what's going on? What's up with this, and that? And I'm talking to them. A couple minutes probably went by. I'm going to say maybe like 5 minutes, which is probably a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a decent amount of time.
I remember I had gotten the food in the trays already, and they were still talking to me, right? I'm like, hey, you know what? Like, listen, I'm going to have to let you go. Like, my date is down by the water. Let me go. I made a joke. Like, let me go make sure she's not floating in the water. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Mind you, this is like a Tuesday. The sun had just went down. The place was not packed. So there wasn't a ton of people there.
Mm-hmm.
I turn around, and I step down to the next level right before you go down to where the fire pit is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nobody around. And I'm like, what the fuck? What just happened? I'm looking around. I look at my phone. I saw she had called me. And I was like, okay. So I went to call her back. No answer. I'm like, all right, this is really fucking strange. I text her like, hey, did you like go to the bathroom again? Like, where are you? Like, I'm standing, I just saw you over here. Like, where are you at? No response. So I look back over at the fire pit, and now there's a couple people standing there, and I see a purse by the fire pit. So I walk up to the people, I'm like, yo, is that purse yours? Like, does that belong to you? And they're like, yeah, that's her purse right there. I'm like, okay. I'm like, did you see like a blonde chick, a bunch of tattoos on her? She was covered. I'm like, you happen to see a blonde chick with a bunch of tattoos? They're like, no, not at all. I'm like, oh my God. So I stood there for like another few minutes. Text her again, like, listen, I'm starting to think like you left. Like, well, this is kind of weird. I don't know what's going on.
Go home?
I have never heard from that girl again. That was months ago. Months ago.
Dude, that's kind of awesome. But it's really
No, I was really scared. Like, I went back the next day, like, looking in like the water. Like,
I thought she just ghosted you.
I'm assuming that she did.
Either that or she's
dead.
Fell over and drowned, and she's dead.
Like we would have heard about it if she was.
Yeah, well, at this point, I would hope so.
I would
literally was like, I'm pretty concerned, and then like the next day,
there's just people that just want to date. They don't even want to do anything.
I don't know
That's
what
like,
happened. Like,
weird.
it went great. Like, this girl was rubbing on me, and this and that. Like, this was one of those dates where you're like, oh, shit's about to go down.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Then I went to the bathroom, came out, she paid the whole bill, and was like, I want to pay it. And then she went down to get the seat. I remember turning around and seeing her moving chairs by the fucking fire pit. And the people were talking to me, and then I was like, all right, you know what? I got to go. And I turn around, gone. And I'm telling you, it's 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to say 8 minutes, which again is a long time. I was probably talking to those people much longer than I should have been. But gone, dude. And like the next day I was like, listen, I just want to make sure like you're alive. Like, can you at least let me know you're okay? I don't know what happened.
She didn't even hit you up.
No response. Then like another week or two went by, and I was like, listen, a lot of time has passed. Can you please just let me know you're okay? Like, nothing, dude.
Wow.
Never heard a fucking word again.
Kind of fucked up, man.
It's hilarious.
I hope she's okay. If you're out there,
So funny.
Yeah.
somewhere.
If you're
Let the whole crew know.
if you're out there,
Don't worry.
comment on this
Unfortunately,
video.
it's so long I don't even remember her fucking name. But it was going great, and I don't know. I guess I made the mistake. I was talking to somebody too fucking
You know,
long.
she could have just had a second guess when she had a moment alone or something.
Well,
Not
you know
about
what?
you, but like, you know how much shit's going through people's heads. They could have been.
We were there
thinking
for a
lot of
long
things.
time. She kind of told me like her whole
An
story.
ex-boyfriend.
She
or
had
something.
she had a really bad story about like an ex-boyfriend and
something like that.
some kind of nightmarish shit. And apparently, according to her, I was the first date she had gone on since that stuff.
She probably
So
was
one
ready.
thing that kind of like
Yeah.
the one kind of thing I kind of thought was like, all right, maybe she started getting a little freaked, like, oh my god, this is way too much, way too
Way
fast.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for this. You know, I'm ready to blow this guy right now, like blow some shit like that. That's what I thought. Maybe it made a little more sense. Then on the other hand, I'm like, oh fuck, like maybe I really fucked up. Like, did I talk to those people too long? Did she felt like I was? But then again, it's like, why don't you like? If that was the reason why, if it was me, if I did something wrong, I would hope like when she got in her car, she would be like, hey, you fucking asshole, like have fun talking to those people at the bar.
Yeah,
like, something.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you're a jerk off. You left me fucking standing by the water for 10 minutes. Like, but ghosted.
That's crazy.
Like literal Like, go, like,
Yeah, there's just
to
people
the point
that
where I was like, I want to
keep
see the security footage, because I think I was just sitting here for 3 hours by myself. Because this girl doesn't exist.
Could you imagine? It was like a Fight Club thing, where the whole time the girl was never fucking there, and the whole reason why those people even wanted to talk to you is because you were there alone talking to yourself.
One simple thing.
Why do people think that I'm you? Answer me!
Sit.
Eating on your own,
I feel like somebody would have told him.
like his fucking your Edward
Would you
Norton.
not tell
Oh my
somebody?
god.
They're like,
You saw somebody. Just
No, I wouldn't tell them.
No.
To
No,
themselves.
because they're
and
crazy as fuck.
and I would not talk to them either.
And I'm probably a little fucking crazy.
You're Edward Norton.
Listen,
Fight
first
Club.
of all, I'm not crazy. But if you tell anybody I've been here, I'll fucking kill you. Oh,
Shout out Dave Chappelle. Trading
Shout out Dave
spouses.
Chappelle. Listen, if you're fucking out there and stumble, like, I just hope you're
Comment.
okay.
Comment on the video.
Yeah,
please.
somebody.
Or if you got over everything and you're ready to like actually.
Let us know why.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I think.
I want to know if you're
You know
real.
what I think? I think that like, I guessed, but you were right. She had the bad relationship. You know, some people.
She
can't
told me a
control
really
themselves.
dark story.
Yeah,
How many
let's.
times have you
like-
been-
And
it's
not
like,
even exact, like, probably like his dark, like, not that like he was beating her, but something happened.
Yeah, it's-
We don't need
Really
to.
fucking
we don't
bad.
need
I
to-
won't get
Think
into
about,
it.
like,
Yeah.
what you were saying, you said a few episodes ago, something about post-nut.
Post-nut clarity.
Post-nut clarity.
Right.
Yeah.
Post-date
maybe-
clarity.
Maybe she had like a pre-nut clarity.
Yeah, right. She
Where
had like
she
a
was
window.
like-
I gave her the window
To be like, maybe
to stand there
I-
by herself and be like, I don't know if I should be doing this right now.
Yeah,
Like,
not a good idea.
I'm gonna take my titties and go.
Dude, we gotta think about some coin
This is my
phrase.
stop.
This is my stop. This is my
What,
stop.
what's a good phrase for pre-nut?
I don't know.
When you don't nut.
Pre-nut clarity.
Your pre-nut clarity.
Yeah,
Pre-nut
if you're
clarity.
not nutting and you're a chick.
Pre-O clarity.
Pre-O clarity.
I like
Pre-O.
that too.
Oh, her O is.
Oh.
Pre-nut
Oh.
and pre-O plus.
I don't
post-O.
know.
Pre-O
I'm
clarity.
loving,
Your
dictionary.
etiquette is depending on how the date goes.
Yeah, I think depending on how the date goes, who pays for the date, I think most people would say that the man usually pays for the date.
Yes.
But if you're having a good time, I think most men wouldn't mind paying for the date.
Yeah.
If you go on a date and it's you're not feeling each other or whatever it is, you should go Dutch, or excuse yourself to the bathroom, just go right to your car and leave that motherfucker to pay the fucking bill by themselves.
Well,
I would never do that though.
Yeah, what would you do? What's your deal?
If someone did that to you?
my
Oh yeah, what's your etiquette?
it's pretty similar to what yours is. I mean, I and truthfully, I lucked out with the girl that I'm currently with, in the fact that she makes a lot more money than I do, and she informed me of it the night I met her, which was pretty funny. It was a very interesting conversation that she does
That
do.
would all make sense.
She does do well, and she has no problem paying for. So we like go back and forth pretty much. It's just
But now
it's your turn, it's my turn, it's your turn, it's my turn.
But you're dating. We're talking about first date.
First date, she fucking paid.
See, if I
You know,
had
and
to
it
come
wasn't-
up with rules.
I think that's the indicator though that
It
the
wasn't
other
a
person's
date.
really into you.
Yeah, that wasn't technically a date though. I met her that night. It was
Yeah, you
it
didn't-
was an organic meeting,
Yeah,
but we
right.
ended up sitting down and having.
You didn't
doing
go
the thing.
there to go on a date with her. She
No,
happened to be in
she
the
happened
same
to be
place
there,
as
and we
you.
met, and we hit it off, and so on and so forth.
And then she just paid the tab.
She ended up paying the fucking tab, and I'm like,
So,
God damn, okay.
Other than organic, just figuring it out. If you had to make a rule,
If I
I
had to
feel
make
like
a
if
rule-
I had to make a rule, it'd be the person who initiated the date. Whoever
Yeah.
asked for the date
I could
should at least be the first to offer it.
I could agree. My thing is when I was doing the whole dating thing, I would never go out to dinner unless I was actually legitimately interested with the fucking person. I had my rules. I had my fucking strict rules, man. I would,
Found some real gems.
dude. I would only go, dude, because you know what? To me, dinner is. It's fucking very. It's an intimate thing, in my opinion.
Formal.
It's very formal, and I just like the idea of grabbing coffee because it's a social thing, and there's no pressure. There's no
Justin doesn't do dates. He did like interviews.
yeah, like
You do an interview.
You do interview. You know,
You do
to
an
see if you
interview.
actually want to hang out with this person. And a lot of times, I mean, I could maybe count on one hand the amount of times where the coffee went bad, where I'm like, okay, I'm glad we got coffee and didn't go to dinner, because it could have been really awkward if we went to dinner, because I'm clearly not feeling you, or she was clearly not feeling me. Coffee was just a very easy thing to do, and it could be quick. It could be 10-15 minutes, or if you hit it off, which would happen a lot, it could be 2 to 3 hours sitting there just talking. That's why I always enjoyed that. And obviously on both accounts, you know, maybe it's a girl who likes to pay all the time, you know what I mean? And imagine, like, all right, she like always, like, she's into the whole thing, like, I pay my own way, I do my thing. And then just say she goes out to dinner with a dud and she pays no matter what in her eyes, and she's like, well, this date fucking sucked. Like, goddamn it, like, I don't want to be paying all this fucking money to go out this fucking...
What's the thing, dude? This dating, it gets fucking expensive if you're the one paying the bill all the fucking time.
Exactly. So I think, for everyone's sake, I think coffee is a good thing.
That was
it's
my
social,
whole thing.
it's easy.
If the date isn't going that well, I start calculating my like previous 6 dates, and I'm like, fuck, I'm like fucking $372 in right now. And I'm not enjoying this time. I'm not trying to bust 400 tonight. So you got a debit card or cash on you?
That's a great line.
Yeah. I didn't know what else to say, and it popped in my head. I'm like, so you got your card or cash? And she was like, oh, I got my card. I'm like, awesome.
It would have been even better if you're like, so you got this.
No.
So you ordered the ice cream.
Yeah, exactly. That's fucking now,
that's
I'm really not into you.
That's $6.99 right there. You also ordered an iced tea, and I got a water.
Oh man,
I got tap water.
Yeah, if I'm doing that, just fucking I'm way.
I mean, listen, man. My etiquette, obviously, growing up, I always did learn that, you know, the guy does pay, and I always did for a very long time. But my whole thing is, even if I was paying the bill, to me, I would always appreciate if the girl would at least reach. Just fucking reach for it.
It's nice when they attempt to contribute.
Yes.
You know what? That makes me want to pay even more sometimes.
Yeah.
If I'm having a good time and the girl's like, oh no, I gotta pay something, I gotta end up pulling out like a fucking $2 bill. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, put that shit away.
Yeah, well, no, then at that point, you compromise. Say, all right, you know what? You leave the tip.
Yeah.
And
something like that.
And that's always, I always think that's a good rule of thumb.
Yeah.
So that's my etiquette on that.
I think it's fair. I think that's fair etiquette.
But obviously, there's some people that take advantage, though. I mean, there's a lot of women that take advantage of dudes for a free meal, and
I was just gonna say, there's some girls out there that are going on dates because they're hungry. And I've been out with some of them, and it's fucked up. Yeah. And what's fucked up is like, I could tell on the date, I'm like, this is a free meal to you. Yeah.
Have you guys ever had one of those like dates that you anticipated being really shitty and decided to go to a really, really cheap restaurant because of it?
I've never anticipated a shitty date. That's funny. At that point, I wouldn't want to go on it.
Right, yeah, exactly.
A date to a fast food place.
No.
I haven't either.
Like a...
That'd be really funny.
Well, no, I've never done a fast food, no.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, not like a date.
We're doing fast food, like we're fucking.
I've gotten, right? Like
I already know we're fucking. Like, listen, we're in the drive-through,
or we already did, and we're hungry.
Exactly
now.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In the drive-through, like, take a Big Mac, and she'll take a Plan B. Take a Big Mac and a Plan B, please.
Yeah, that's really good. Like, 2
of them, because this ain't gonna stop right here.
That's even better. Yeah, can I get 3 junior cheeseburgers? What do you want, hon? She's like, oh, I want this. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's all right. So obviously, our etiquettes are pretty similar with this.
I think so.
You know what I mean?
I want to know, what do women expect? The girls that watch this shit. What do you think the etiquette should be? No matter how the date goes, should the guy pay for the whole thing? Because most of the time, the guy's the one that initiates the date. Anyway, hey, you want to go out sometime, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
What are the etiquette in the perspective of a woman? Like, what do you expect? Do you want to pay half? Do you agree with what we're saying? Or do you expect that man to pay every time you go out? Some girls probably ain't going to want to say that. Because then it just come off.
I don't know, man. I've met a lot of girls who've like, fuck that guy's paying. I've met it.
I don't know. I like a woman that says, no, guys should hold doors for me. I don't have a problem with that. I hold the door for everybody.
Woman who demands chivalry.
Well, listen, I have no problem holding a door for someone, but if someone's going out with me demanding me to pay $140 every time we go out to dinner, they can kiss my fucking ass.
Yeah, but I'm talking.
You know what I mean? Like,
chivalry.
but
you know what I'm
the
saying.
chivalry thing, yeah. I mean,
You can't say legitimate, but you can say chivalry.
that's an easy word. I still don't know how to say it.
Don't try it. Don't
the other word.
Don't even do it. Legitimate. Well, that's our etiquette. Let us know what your etiquette is on it. And I mean, I think that's pretty good for fucking episode 8, man.
Yeah, man.
It's gone on long enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, as always, like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us what you do like. Tell us what your opinions are.
Please tell us your fucking opinions, and please give us criticism on whatever you don't like.
Yeah.
Please tell us. We love obviously hearing positive stuff, but you know, if you want to give us constructive criticism, please give it to us so we can make it better for you.
Yeah.
Because it's not about us. It's about the audience. We want to make good content for you guys.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
girls. Sorry. But yeah,
Absolutely.
we want to make good content for everybody, so they want to tune in. They want to watch. They want to engage with us. So please, comment.
Yeah.
Like it, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Let me and Kyle know what you're thinking. Let us know your etiquette. Let us know your movie of the week. Let us know whatever you got on your mind.
Dude, we didn't choose a category in a decade.
We didn't.
Quick.
90s action.
90s action.
Action versus adventure, right?
Yeah.
90s action.
90s action next
90s
week.
action next week. Give it to us.
This
Give
is
it to
episode
us.
8.
Give it over.
Episode 8.
See you on the next one.
Logging out.
Peace.